Welcome to Doing Our Bit. I'm Adrian Smale, and today we're going to look at the advantages of one energy source when you produce it. I'm looking ahead because I'm still to retire my gas combi boiler and replace it with an air-to-air heat pump, otherwise known as air conditioning, and a water tank. But it's already apparent as I track my numbers that there are cross benefits of having one energy source. For example, I'm charging my EV right now as I'm making this video using excess solar. Today I'll share my numbers and my projections for moving fully electric and the cost savings I've made to date. So if any of this is news to you or you're considering this journey yourself, you can do this too. For those new to the channel, welcome. Just so you know, I've got a 4.8 kilowatt hour solar array east-west coupled to a Give Energy 3.6 hybrid inverter and an 8.2 battery, and I drive a Renault Zoe EV. So you can see here from my Octopus Watch energy report that my total grid use for the first 4 months of this year has been 1780 kilowatt hours at a cost of £204.50, approximately 11p per kilowatt. Notice the energy use time of day here. The key advantage is achieved by using the minimum grid energy, and when you do, using the highest percentage of off-peak versus peak as possible. In my case, 96%. Notice in this period, January to April, first 4 months, just how much of this energy has been supplied to the home via the battery, an impressive 54%. So how do you maximise off-peak use? Well, obviously, firstly, you've got to have an off-peak tariff and a smart meter connected to it with 30-minute readings. And I currently use Octopus Go, but if you don't have an EV, you can also have other tariffs like Flux to take advantage of having a solar battery set up. You also need an adequately sized battery to cover the times where there's no solar or insufficient solar for your needs. So understanding how much energy used is really important. To maximise off-peak use during low solar months, you need to charge the battery overnight by adjusting the charge to percentage using the off-peak window. You'll see here our range of settings. This means during the off-peak window the battery will be charged up to this set figure. The battery will only take from the grid if the percentage of charge is below this value within the off-peak period. You can see here I'm currently set to charge to 75% and last night's take from the grid to hit this figure. I switched to an EV in November 2020, and again here are my numbers for the past 4 months. And from April I started to have sufficient grid export to charge the car via my solar panels. The cost applied here is the value of that grid export if actually exported. But my solar generation, as seen in this next slide, shows the potential export available from May to September, assuming I'm here when this is being generated. If you're not familiar with EVs and what this means in practice, this is what 1642 kilowatts would be in gallons of diesel or petrol, or the distance I could travel, together with my cost savings over my average 8,000 miles per annum. But to achieve this, you need an EV tariff and obviously a home charger. And you can see here the difference if I was charging at the UK's price cap of 35p at the time of this video. But this setup and having electricity as my one energy source, it really delivers serious savings. This is the final step to going to one energy source, and although gas is a third of the price of electricity, my very rough calculations show a modest saving switching here to electricity. However, given we will be cooling as well as heating, this will be a subject of a future video. But the headline advantages of one energy source when you produce it is clearly answered by these impressive numbers, and the fact that I would be 24% poorer if I hadn't made these changes. If you realise you need to switch to an off-peak tariff and are considering Octopus Energy, then please support the channel by sharing £100 with me by using the link below and in the notes. I really hope you found this video helpful, and if so, please like and subscribe. It really does make a difference to the channel, and I hope this has encouraged you to join the electric revolution. But in the meantime, let's all just keep doing our bit.